Deep inside the systems of a major enterprise company, a routine background process quietly spun out of control. No human authorized the surge, but the computing meters kept spinning. At the end of a single 30-day billing cycle, that invisible activity generated an invoice for exactly $500 million, $500 million, spent entirely on Anthropic's Claude AI. Throughout 2024 and 2025, corporate executives handed down strict mandates: integrate generative AI across every department as quickly as possible. The primary driver was the immediate fear that competitors might get there first. In the rush to adopt, companies skipped the standard procedures of software deployment. Teams were pushed to experiment freely, meaning thousands of employees gained access to premium AI models long before finance departments could establish basic spending limits. The core pitch for generative AI was efficiency. It was supposed to automate expensive labor and reduce overhead. Generating a $500 million software bill in a single month shouldn't even be mathematically possible for a tool designed to save money. But when you sprint to automate tasks without watching the meter, the economics flip. The blind drive to integrate these models turned a promised productivity miracle into an unmonitored financial liability. For decades, corporate budgeting has relied on predictability. When a company buys software for its employees, finance teams treat it as a known fixed expense. When companies rolled out new AI tools, they approached them exactly like traditional software as a service. They assumed they were paying a flat monthly rate for each employee's seat. Traditional software costs stay a flat horizontal line, but advanced AI operates on a metered model that shoots upward. We're talking about token-based billing. Every time an AI reads or generates text, it consumes tokens, thousands of microtransactions costing a fraction of a cent. If you treat a raw, metered computing resource like a standard monthly license, you lose visibility. Executives thought they bought a flat-rate subscription, but they actually handed their employees a blank check for unlimited processing power. The real damage didn't happen in marketing or HR. The massive spend originated on the engineering floor, driven specifically by advanced coding assistants like Claude Code. The technological catalyst driving this runaway cost is a workflow called Agentic automation. Normal AI usage involves a human typing a prompt and waiting for a single answer. An autonomous agent, however, chains multiple workflows together and continues executing tasks without needing a human to hit enter again. An autonomous AI loop analyzes codebases, tests functions, fails, and immediately retries around the clock. Every loop ticks the financial counter upward. Multiply that single loop, giving thousands of employees unrestricted access to endless trial and error burns millions of tokens in hours, guaranteeing massive debt. This single enterprise company isn't an isolated case. Uber reportedly burned through its entire 2026 AI budget by April. Microsoft also severely restricted its own internal access to Claude Code after employee usage costs started climbing to $2,000 per person per month. Agentic AI took the humble coding assistant and turned it into a non-stop compute engine. When autonomous systems operate faster than human oversight can track, the bills escalate just as quickly. Behind closed doors, finance departments across the tech industry are rushing to stop the bleeding. Companies are deploying strict internal countermeasures. They are restricting premium model access based on an employee's specific role, actively auditing token usage, and enforcing hard, non-negotiable financial caps. The strategy has to adapt. Companies are realizing they can no longer treat AI as a neat workplace perk. It must be managed like raw, volatile cloud infrastructure. The chaotic early adoption phase was driven entirely by a fear of missing out. Now we are entering a phase defined by strict economic efficiency, where every dollar spent on processing power has to be justified by actual productivity gains. Autonomous tools offer massive potential for speeding up complex workflows, but handing a machine an unmonitored credit card is corporate suicide. If the goal is rapid automation, it requires absolute financial control.